Hey guys, you haven't heard from me from a while because I've been busy. So today I thought I'd show you guys on how I shape my handles. And so what I've got done so far is I've got the blade and I've got the guard and the spacer done. And yeah, we'll go from there and I'll show you my process. Alright, so as you can see, this is my fit up right now. It's the guard. And I've got a hole drilled. And yeah, that's about it. Alright, so this is my fit up right now, and everything is going together quite nicely. What I want to do now is I want to add another copper spacer to the end of this, just so it gives a little bit more of a contrast between the black ebony and this, just so it can like kind of match up a little bit with the overall look of it. Another suggestion that I want to make is always mark which way the knife goes in, because it can really screw with you if you have it in the wrong way and you don't realize it and you get a shaping and all that sort of stuff, and then all of a sudden your knife doesn't fit back together. glued everything together. This is how it's gonna look like. So I'm done with everything on the guards. Now we actually get to move on to the handle itself. So I've done some layout lines on here, the way I want this to taper. And yeah, let's go ahead and start shaping that. Alright, so as you can see, we're getting closer to the desired width on the back at least. So now we're going to go for the front. You also want to make sure that you have enough space here and over here so you can actually round over all the edges, because that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to round over the edges so they meet like that. So you want to make sure you leave yourself enough room on all sides. And also, while drilling, it didn't really work, but that's no problem, because during the glue up I'll just mix some of the wood dust with the epoxy and then pour that in here, so that'll look like nothing actually happened, which is nice. It looks pretty bad, but that should all be cleaned up. Alright, so when I said before that I had made a mistake, I can fix it, but there's gonna be space, right? So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna add another spacer, this time bone. Hopefully that's the last adjustment I have to make, but it's a pretty big space and I can't just fix that like that. So we'll make a spacer and then I'll be back to show you what I've come up with. This is what it's looking right now. Really loving how this is turning out. But yeah, so next step is marking out these edges on the overhang around the wood. So now this is going to be filled with wood dust that I have collected. Let's round over those edges and start sanding, I guess. The glue up went okay. Basically all I gotta do now is just take some sandpaper and go over those areas, and I want to show you guys that hole. You can't really see it, and you'll be able to see it even less once I get sanding, but that used to be that small hole right there. And yeah, most of the epoxy got cleaned out pretty fast. My camera died, so I just took some nail polish remover, put it onto a pad, and then scrubbed away the epoxy. And yeah, basically just sand this. And it's done.